Hello and welcome back to the third season of What's in a Story, titled Narratives of Nature and Environment of South Asia. I am Lopamutra Moitro, and in this podcast I read the stories from my books as an anthropologist, writer and translator working with popular culture and heritage of India and South Asia. In my podcast here, I read stories from my books which are about folklore, myths and legends of India and South Asia, and I introduce each story with some additional information from different fields of history, archaeology, geology and others, which helps to bring a context to the story. However, it is also important to mention that the information should be studied well and understood within specific socio-cultural, religious, political or historical contexts. Most of these stories from folklore took shape across a wide range of time through centuries. And over a period of time, many features and aspects were added to the narratives, giving the shape that we come across in present times. Thus, before taking these stories as historical proof, one should be careful enough to analyze the historical context of the essence of each story. Let's try to take the positive message through these stories as we proceed with Season 3, the narratives of nature and environment of South Asia. Here, I would like to take the message forward from Season 2 of Water Narratives of South Asia and read stories which speak of the various interactions between man and nature and of stories of preserving and conserving the nature around us. Without the beautiful nature that surrounds us, we will perish sooner or later. And frankly speaking, aren't we already experiencing the grim pictures of what global warming has created all around us? Say, like rampantly cutting down trees, creating havoc across river banks and deltas, or the horrific littering of plastic waste on riverbanks and beaches, which has only resulted in destroying flora and fauna and choking up so many aquatic lives around us, destroying green covers massively to build concrete structures, polluting fresh water, creating a shortage of drinking water, and the list just seems to go on and on. However, fortunately, many people are also working tirelessly to combat the situation. But it just never seems to be enough. We have already lost a lot of valuable wealth, and it's time to listen to the clarion call, for there is only one earth, and that's all we have. Here's wishing a positive thought is shared through each story of this season, the third season of What's in a Story, titled Narratives of Nature and Environment of South Asia. Follows the story of the next episode in Season 3 of What's in a Story. About the story. The title of today's story is Pyonli, and I read this from my book, The Owl Delivered the Good News All Night Long, Folk Tales, Legends and Modern Lore of India by Alep Book Company. Pyonli is originally from the Garhwali and Kumaoni languages of northern India. It has been written by Geeta Gairola and translated by Smita, Karnataka. Geeta is a celebrated author and an advocate of women's issues in Uttarakhand, in northern India. She specializes in collecting and narrating folk tales from Uttarakhand. She currently lives in Dehradun. This folk tale is famous in Garhwali and also in Kumaoni. The author, that is Geeta, heard it from her paternal grandmother. The meaning of Pyonli specifically means a common wildflower found in the hilly regions of northern India and also in some parts of Western Ghats in Western India. Its botanical name is Reinwardtia indica. It flowers between November to May. The yellow flower is an endearing symbol of spring. Follows the story, Pyonli, from my book, The Owl Delivered the Good News All Night Long, Folk Tales, Legends and Modern Lores of India. The story, Pyonli. In the foothills of the high, snowy mountain peaks that appear to pierce the sky, in a lush green forest full of cedar, birch and ringle, there lived a girl in a deep and unknown cave. Her complexion was a mix of raw turmeric and pink buranch rhododendron. There was no human habitation and she was all by herself in this wilderness. Her only kin and her only friend was nature around her. The wind and the birds of the forest and the bees and the butterflies, big and small creatures, tiny flowers and plants hugging the earth and tall trees kissing the skies. All of them affectionately called her Pyonli. They could understand each other's language very well. They would whistle and sing her name in the thick fog of the incessant rainy days, the days of Chaumas, the months from July through October of the monsoon season, which follows the months of Ashar, Sawan, Bhado, and finally Kwar, or the snowy winters. On the cold days, they would make a cozy corner for Pyonli. Birds would spread their soft feathers to make a comfortable bed for her. All the animals surrounded the cave entrance and kept it warm. With the arrival of spring, gradually the snow melted. Streams began to flow once again, and in the warmth of the spring sun, the whole forest bloomed with colorful flowers. Bees sang to call Pyonli out of the cave. Butterflies brought to her their own world of scented flowers. Holding their delicate hands gracefully like a princess, Pyonli jumped with joy and played with them, roaming the jungles. One day, as she sat dipping her feet in the stream, humming a song, she heard a voice. She looked around and saw a man standing right behind her. He walked towards her and said, "I am thirsty. Can I get a drink of water, please?" Pyonli withdrew her feet from the water and stood up. She kept looking at the handsome young man. He must be a prince, she thought, and asked, "You have come here to hunt, haven't you? You only know how to destroy the forest and its inhabitants. You don't do anything to protect them," she said boldly. The young man, who was exhausted, saw this and failed to give a reply. The young man was exhausted and stood silently. Seeing this, Pyonli requested him to rest for a while. And he finally said, "Yes, I came here for hunting but lost my way. My companions are far behind and I don't know where I'm standing right now. I'm totally lost." He was spellbound by the untouched and infinite beauty of nature around him and remarked, "You are blessed to stay here in the midst of nature, in the companionship of a chorus of birds." He continued, "It is a lovely relationship that holds all of you together." Pyonli replied, "But you live in a palace. We don't have such lavish facilities in our jungle." And thereby they sat talking till the rays of the evening sun started playing on the treetops. The young man spent that night on the side of the stream on a wide patal, that is a stone plate. The next morning, with a heavy heart, Pyonli departed with the young man from the place for his palace. She left behind her jungle, winds and birds to find a different melody with her prince. New people, novel surroundings, new lifestyle, and a longing for love created a whole new colorful world around Pyonli. Time flew, and soon Pyonli started to miss her natural surroundings. The thoughts cast a gloomy spell on her. The pink color of the branch and the fragrance of raw turmeric were soon gone. She fell sick and became weaker by the day. Her beloved prince did everything to make her well again. But whatever he tried, Pyonli never seemed to get well. He spent his days and nights sitting beside her, but with every passing moment, Pyonli's condition only worsened. One day, as she held her beloved's hands, she said, "Please forgive me. This palace is not for me. I could not value your love. I am a wildflower that can bloom only in the forest. I was a floating sound, drifting from one tree to another. How can I flourish in these suffocating walls of captivity? This land is not for me. And when I'm dead, please bury my remains in the same peak where you met me once. Do not hunt animals anymore. They all are my companions." The prince was perplexed. Pyonli soon passed away, and as instructed, he buried her in the same peak where he had met her for the first time. As the spring season approached, a tiny yellow flower slowly opened its eyes in the wilderness. In the same place, trees and plants, winds and birds sang in a chorus with the monal and named that flower Pyonli. Since then, across every hilly field and in every corner of the jungle, flakes of tiny yellow Pyonli flowers bloom and witness the arrival of spring in memory of the beloved Pyonli. Even today, the daughters of the land who are unable to visit their parents hug these Pyonli flowers and remember their good old childhood days spent in the land where they were born and brought up lovingly once.